This is Backdoor Boink, where we welcome every side of everyone. Please note, this is an 18-plus podcast. It's time to put in some earbuds if you don't want to answer awkward questions from your children, family, or friends. I'm Kayla, a certified relationship and intimacy coach.
And I'm MJ, and I brought the lube.
In this podcast, we explore the behind the scenes of a weekly wellness topic reviewed on our YouTube channel. Our goal is to help you feel good, be naughty. Thank you for checking out our After Dark, After Hours podcast. You can find more information, including our YouTube channel, social media accounts, events, Discord, and products at boinked.com. That's www.boink-ed.com. Now, let's get in that back door.
Hello, hello.
Cool. All right.
Best make this quick.
Best make this quick. I got Pathfinder. I got a nerd out.
Yep.
Nerd or geek?
Either way.
Either way. Tomato, tomato?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tonight we're talking about...
Potatoes?
No.
Potatoes?
No, we're talking about libido.
What's that?
Libido?
All of a sudden, the Laverne and Shirley theme song, for some reason, is starting in my head.
I do not know this theme song.
Yeah, you wouldn't. It's way before your time.
I'm the youngin'.
Yeah, baby.
I'm the baby.
Brat.
But yes, that too. So we're talking about libido. Do you know what a libido is?
Isn't that some sort of magical fruit that you can buy off the internet?
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't get the reference that you're making.
There is no reference.
Isn't there a magical fruit that you can buy off the internet that makes spicy things taste sweet?
Possibly.
I want to try that thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I like spicy, so...
I know you do.
It's not for me.
You are spicy. What's a libido?
Libido. Your groove.
Your groove?
Your mood, your how you're feeling.
It's your groove.
Don't sing.
Okay, I won't sing.
Don't scare the people.
I know, right?
The person. The two whole people.
Hey, we're getting there. We're getting there. Patience, grasshopper. I'm calling you the grasshopper because I have more experience with the having an audience thing.
Yeah, I always avoided those.
Yeah, because it involves people.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Even back in elementary school, I avoided those reports as much as I could.
Okay.
Get up in front of the class. The whole audience just never...
Who has ADD today?
You.
No. I'm trying to talk about libido. And you keep... Left turn.
Fine. Talk about your drive.
My drive?
Your drive.
Yes. Left turn, left turn. Massachusetts left. Somebody mentioned that to me the other day.
Bang a Yui.
Bang a Yui. No, Massachusetts left is when you're at an intersection.
Yeah.
And when the light turns green, even though you're taking a left, you gun it. And you take that left before anybody can pull out. Yeah.
Yep.
Massachusetts
I did
left.
one of those today.
Oh my gosh, of course you did.
Mm-hmm.
Bang a Yui.
Yeah.
Kate calls it flip a bitch.
Well, there's that too.
Okay.
But,
anyway,
you know.
Flip a bitch sounds like something...
Sounds like something Kate would do.
It also sounds like super naughty.
Yeah.
Flip that bitch. Okay. So libido, I want to say that, yes, it's your groove. It's your drive. All right. Your sexy drive. But what I want to say is it's completely made up. It's not real.
Like that game show I used to watch.
What game show?
Where the points didn't matter.
Is there a game show where the points don't matter?
Drew Carey.
Oh, I love that show.
Mm-hmm.
Whose line is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I love that show. Yes, where the points don't matter. Yeah, pretty much. The libido, the points don't matter. It's a completely made up thing. It's not something you can measure via tests. There is no medical standard for a libido. And it's actually from a Latin term that is, desire or lust. But it was...
Latin doesn't exist anymore. Speak in English.
It was borrowed by Freud.
Isn't he the guy that had a thing for his mother?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The Oedipus complex.
Enough said.
Exactly. Well, that's not even the worst thing that he talked about. Freud actually referred to vulva external orgasms. That's the clitoris, all right?
Mm-hmm.
clitoral orgasms were, and I'm doing quotes here, immature. You know, if you
Coming
had...
from the guy who probably never saw one in his life.
Ooh. Ouch. Ouch. Or definitely never made a vulva owner come using one.
Yeah.
Because you'd know they're not immature. Yeah. I think I would have gotten a better reaction out of you had you had a clitoris, because those of us out there who've had a clitoral orgasm,
I've seen you.
there you go.
Internal.
Internal was originally my go-to for the longest time, but that's because I was taught PIV, or penis and vagina sex.
Right. And now external.
It changed my world. It was like, a whole new world. There I am singing again. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You're gonna don't do those songs.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, don't do the big D's.
The big D's. I like the big D's.
Yeah.
Can I have your big D? All right, we'll talk about that later.
Later.
Yes. Are you trying to say, like, now is later? It's later. Let's talk about it.
No, let's not.
Okay. All right.
You got game in an hour.
I got game in an hour. We don't have time to talk about it.
Right.
Okay. So, yeah, it's made up. Freud coined this term to describe instinctual desire. You know, walking down the street and you get the tingles and I want that. The instinctual desire without prompting. Without the foreplay or the hey baby. And yeah, there's no medical standard for it. There's no universal scale where your quote unquote libido should be. But the number one thing I get from clients that I do with consultations, and probably something that you and I talk about regularly, is mismatched libidos.
All the time. All the time.
Yep. It always seems to be the case when I've got a high libido.
I'm down, and vice versa.
And vice versa.
It never used to be that way.
No, because we had NRE.
Well, even up until 5-6 years ago,
Pregnancy.
things changed. Yeah.
Being pregnant, having a kid, the stress, that took a dive. Yeah, normally we had...
Stress kills it.
And for anybody that doesn't know, NRE stands for New Relationship Energy. And it is a chemical your brain releases when things are new. You're getting dopamine, you're getting all the rush, and that's why new relationships are so exciting. Your brain's drugging you.
Yeah, and for those people who haven't been in a new relationship recently, remember back to that new cell phone you just got? There you go. The latest and greatest cell phone.
Oh my gosh.
New computer. The new toy.
You just compared relationships.
No.
To you did.
I didn't. The feeling of that new. Anyway.
I will say that
I'll stop digging.
No, that's fine. I hate new cell phones.
I know you do.
Absolutely hate them. You get all excited. I hand mine to you and I say, set it the fuck up.
Yep.
This is the one thing where I don't like change and you do. The one thing. I hate it.
Yes.
My apps are never in the same spot.
New computer, new cell phone.
Ugh.
You deal with it.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's not that I'm not tech savvy.
10 minutes later. Are you done yet?
So I guess the point I'm trying to make is that with so many people coming to me about mismatched libidos, with you and I being together for 13 years, there was a long pause there. Sorry. I wanted to make sure I had the right number.
Had to do the maths?
I had to double check the maths, the mathematics. Mismatched libidos are entirely normal. You can't expect two separate, unique, or two or more separate, unique individuals to always be the same.
No.
In any capacity.
Nope. Never. I think we lucked out as long as we did.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think a lot of that had to do with our work schedules and how those didn't line up very well to begin with, so it was always... It dragged out that NRE.
Yes. So for the first, how long would you say? 7 years?
7 years.
First 7 years of our relationship, you worked the night shift.
Yep.
and I worked the day shift
Or the eve shift.
or the eve shift,
But
we barely saw each other. So
I
it was
went to days
constant.
at one point, and you switched to days and then got offered a better position, so you had to go back to the eve shift. Yeah, we never...
So we only saw each other on our days off for the most part.
Yep. And, 2 ships passing in the night.
Yep. So we had NRE for a long time.
Yeah.
I want to say it was nice. We used to joke that the only reason we lasted so long was because we never saw each other.
Starting to believe that?
No.
No.
Come on, you've been...
2 years nowadays.
Is it just 2 years?
Just 2 years.
Oh, that's
2
right.
long, grueling years.
That's right. I used to have to do bedtime with the child every night for the first 4 years. Oh my gosh. With a kid that doesn't sleep, mind you. Okay, we're getting off topic again.
Well, no, that figures into lack of libido.
That's true.
It's hard to get it on when, the kids across the hall still shouting at you, talking to you. I mean, kids affect it too.
Kids definitely affect it. But I'm talking the instinctual desire.
The gut feeling.
The gut feeling,
Okay.
like I've got urges, I'm horny, kind of thing. How steady would you say your libido is?
Daily.
Daily?
Daily.
You're horny daily.
I get that urge once or twice a day.
Okay.
At least.
Wow. Fancy
And
you.
then somebody opens their mouth and kills it.
Me?
Doesn't have to be you. Could just be anybody or anything. Could be work. It could be, the dogs. It could be anything. Just flip that switch. Get me out of that mindset.
Are there periods of time where you don't have a libido then?
They're few and far between.
Okay.
There's not a day that I recall recently where I haven't wanted to jump you.
I was going to say jump my bones.
Mm.
Okay. I would say that my libido is not steady.
No.
In any way, shape, or form.
No.
It can be high where I'm just going to put this out there. We can have sex, intercourse, intimacy, hard, nasty, loving, any of it, and 5 minutes later I want more. And that'll last for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then for 3 weeks it's like, don't touch me.
Don't touch me. Don't look at me. Don't.
Don't make a crude joke.
Yep.
Don't smack my ass. None of that.
Nope.
So it's this up and down.
Yeah, and that's where, we good?
That's why you're always asking. We good?
Checking in.
Yeah. Which is important. It's important to check in. But it's also important to recognize that our sexual desires, our needs, and our libido. I'm like separating those out. Desires, needs, and libido.
You're making this confusing.
No, really? All right. So our desires are like our fantasies. What's getting things getting the motor purring.
Okay.
All right. Libido, we talked about, is your instinctual, your inherent drive,
Yep.
Without prompting. And then our needs are what we have to have satisfied to be sexually fulfilled. And they're all different.
I'm easy.
You're easy. Most penis partners are.
Hey.
What? Gobble, gobble, boom, you're done.
Not even.
One gobble?
No, just scratch my back till I pass out.
You are super easy.
Yeah.
But these change over time. I like to compare sex to,
Taste buds?
yeah, that thing.
That change every 7 years or so, they say, your taste changes?
Your tastes change.
Mm-hmm.
Your sexual desires, your sexual needs, and your libido change.
Oh, yeah. I've seen it change in both of us.
Yeah.
know?
Things we say we would never try.
We contemplate for science.
For science, we try them for science, and then we're like, hey,
Yeah.
science is good.
Or get that thing away from me. Don't ever come near me with that again.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what I'm thinking about.
I know what you're thinking of, but we don't have to discuss that
I'm
right
gonna
now.
discuss it.
No. You haven't given... I think that was a bad product.
I think it was a bad product, and I'm willing to try a manual one. But this particular product was a pussy pump.
You're right.
And what was interesting was that it was like a vibe on one end. You could use it on the nipples. You could use it on the vulva. I was like, oh, a 3-in-1. Fuck yes.
Yeah.
And then I tried the pussy pump, and it wouldn't turn off.
Now, we tried it. We tried it on our arm.
Yup.
It shut off fine.
Oh.
We
Tried it on a thigh even. I was
Yeah.
like, it's a meteor area, right?
Right.
Turned off fine.
Turned off fine. Could not get it to shut off.
Not when it mattered. It just kept sucking. Oh, that hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
So I would say I'd be willing to try a manual one, but I will not trust an electronic one again. That scarred me.
That's yeah. And that's your take on it.
That's my that's my personal experience.
Will we carry that brand? No.
No.
Will we offer other electronic?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But not that brand.
Not that brand. Not worth the risk. Nope. When we test products, if they're faulty to the point of
We don't know what button's on, what button's off.
I don't
No.
think it was user error because we
No.
looked through the manual several times.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Back to our topic at hand.
Thanks for the notes just before, by the way.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, why is libido an issue? Like mismatched libidos.
Oh, come on, you don't love me?
Oh, yeah.
You don't want any of this?
Do you find me sexy anymore? Are you not attracted to me?
I think that's the big one.
Yeah.
That's the initial gut reaction from everybody.
Yeah. The person with the higher libido can feel rejected. They can feel shame. I mean, shame is the number one thing I'm trying to kill. Shame. The shame wizard.
Yeah.
But shame is the number one thing I'm trying to kill by doing this particular line of work. It keeps people from really fulfilling their sexual urges. So that person with the higher libido can feel that shame, feel rejected, and then there's the sexual frustration. Because there's relief in orgasms. There's a buildup.
Yeah. People's moods change after. They're a little more mellow. There's a whole multitude of things that change, good, bad, or otherwise.
Yeah. What about the person with the lower libido? So, for example, when you're horny and I'm not, how do you think I feel when you make the approaches?
Leave me alone. I don't want it right now. Can't you take a hint?
Ooh, can't you take a hint?
I'm not feeling it. 'Cause I get that way.
Yeah.
When
Roles are reversed.
roles are reversed.
But these are things you say. How do you feel?
Do I have to?
Ooh. Do I have to?
It's not that I'm not willing to, but I'd rather do something else.
Okay.
Can't we just watch a movie instead? Popcorn, cuddle,
Pressured? Feeling pressured?
a little pressured. Yeah.
Okay. I would say I feel...
Maybe like you're letting your partner down a bit too.
Well, that's part of the pressure. Feeling guilty, for sure. I think the guilt ends up on both sides.
Yeah.
One feels guilty for pressuring. One feels guilty for not meeting that. But I feel, and I think many people on the under libido side would feel overlooked. Why don't you appreciate all the other things that I've done? And this is what you're looking for. Is this all I'm good for? That sort of feeling.
But I cook, I clean,
Exactly. Yes, you do.
I do the dishes.
But I still love your meat stick.
You're going to have to buy it at the store now.
Your meat stick? You're talking Slim Jims.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I just bought you a giant one the other day. There's not much I can do with a Slim Jim. That's not...
You could give it to me.
Yes. But then are you going to give me your meat stick?
There's a better chance.
Okay. Well, now we've come to an agreement. And when I buy you a Slim Jim, you know that means I want your meat stick.
Meat stick for a meat stick.
Exactly.
I'm not even sure Slim Jims qualify as meat sticks.
I mean, they're a type of meat.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We just don't want to know
It's okay.
what animal or what part.
It's tasty.
Okay. The seasonings.
Yes.
All right. How do we resolve our... I almost said libidic. I don't know that that's a word. How do we resolve our differences in libido when they're not lining up?
I just go to bed. I know how you resolve yours.
Climb on top of you?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. Or break out a toy.
Or break out the toys.
Break out the toys.
Mm-hmm.
Turn on the hentai, break out the toys.
Mm-hmm.
Mama's got needs.
Correct.
Yeah.
I walked bow-legged for a couple days.
Oh, boo-ho.
No big deal.
But what's important to know is that neither of us is in the wrong.
No.
No one needs to feel guilt.
Nope.
No one needs to feel shame.
Nope.
It's not the end of the world.
If I wanted to go manually take care of it, I could.
Yep. Absolutely. There's toys for you.
Mm-hmm.
Or what do you call it?
Rosie Palm?
Rosie Palm and
Mm-hmm.
the 5 cousins or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no rush. Neither of us is in the wrong, and there's no rush.
Right.
Because it will, as long as you're building intimacy and you still love one another.
I'm not going to say it would be, it would be better with help.
But it relieves the pressure.
But it relieves the pressure.
I mean, there's a reason we seek sex over masturbation.
Right.
It's more fun with another party.
Yeah. But, hey, I'm not into it tonight, but, I'll sit here and, help you along.
Yes. So that's a big one. So that is one thing that I mentioned to couples, and one thing that we explored is expanding on what sex or intimacy looks like to the two parties. It doesn't have to be, in our case, a hetero-facing relationship. It doesn't have to be penis and vagina, PIV sex.
Nope.
It can be mutual masturbation. It could be voyeurism and exhibitionism. It could be, hey, you go upstairs and make a video, or, come back and tell me all the details. These are still building intimacy without feeling pressured to do the deed.
Right. The other person's feeling included.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that was, for lack of better, turned down for what most people would call normal sex. I lost my train of thought. Is, yeah, well,
Told you had ADD tonight.
derails frequently lately. Is, go make that video. Okay, so they're feeling desired.
Yeah.
Because even though the one in the living room isn't in the mood at this particular moment, they're going to maybe use that for their time later.
Spank bank.
Yeah.
Clam
Slam.
slam. Yeah. No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've
I've looked up all of them, but I can't remember them right now. Yeah, you're still feeling desired. Hey, I'm not in the
still,
I'm not in the mood to get down and dirty with you, but I still find you sexy. I still want to see it. I still want to, maybe watch it later when I'm feeling spicy.
Yeah.
And also being empathetic to the other person's situation.
Yeah.
There have been plenty of times where after a couple days of your ass smacking and, not so subtle hints, I'm like, hey, babe, I can tell that you're pent up. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm just not feeling it right now. It's got nothing to do with you, that sort of thing. But making that effort, just
the words.
Just the words. Burying it and ignoring it and having resentment and pretending it's not there. Oh, hail to the no. Is that a recipe for all sorts of arguments?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we had one or two of those before we figured that out.
When was the last time you think we had an argument?
I'm not going there. Because whenever we ask that question, we always have a blow up.
Jinx. Knock on wood. Something or other. There we go.
That's probably the closest thing to real wood we have in here. Aside from the paddles.
Aside from your... It's not woody right now, is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Talking about libido kills it.
You don't find my work sexy?
Depends what part of it.
Oh, you just like the toys part.
Yeah.
Not the actual, talking about things that help people?
Talking about things that help people doesn't do it for me. Picking the brain does.
Oh, when we sit down and pick each other's brains about what are you into, what's kind of been...
That's always fun, because that's forever changing with both of us.
Oh, yeah. What kind of things have you been looking at online? What kind of things have you been itching to do or try?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have something new?
No.
Not that you'll share.
Not that I'll share.
Not that... I definitely have more freedom with this podcast than you do.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's anybody that listens that would be surprised by anything that would fall out of my face.
No.
But you.
I surprise people.
You do. You do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the person with the higher libido needs to try not to take it personally.
Right.
But the person with the lower libido can't ignore it.
No.
Needs to make sure that their partner doesn't
Be
feel
included
rejected.
somehow.
Yes. And both parties need to make it a conscious effort to reflect on how the other partner feels and acknowledge it.
Yeah. I'll stop spanking your ass. All you got to do is tell me.
Yeah. You can't, if I were not to say anything, you can't be sure if I'm just not picking up on your signals or I thought you were just being playful. Like, we need to be clear. No.
Well,
I'm horny.
with as much communication as me and you have about everything, neither of us are very good at dropping subtle hints.
No.
It goes from what we think is subtle to each other. What, what I think is subtle to me, what you think is subtle to you, neither of us pick up on until it hits the point where we're just playing swat ass and grab ass.
Yep.
Like, hey, now.
Now. Yesterday. Give it to me, baby.
It's been a while.
Yep.
Yep.
And I appreciate that we haven't given up on the flirtatious,
We flirt.
the flirtatious trying to get one another's attention and stuff like that. But if we don't get what we need, we come right out and say it.
Yeah.
As opposed to building resentment and blowing up because somebody didn't take out the garbage, and it always comes out as something completely
stupid.
unrelated.
Yep.
Yeah.
You didn't put the dishes away correctly. Huh? What does that have to do with anything? That's usually the trigger.
Yup, absolutely. My brain is thinking about all the times I found the dishes in the wrong spot.
Whose kitchen is it?
I know it's yours, but I still have OCD. I love you, and I appreciate everything you do.
Hand me that paddle.
Ooh, baby, threaten me with a good time. No, seriously, I think learning to talk to one another has gotten us not only through mismatched libidos, but a whole bunch of other difficulties.
Yeah.
Especially coming from me, someone who used to like to pick fights.
Oh, we both liked to pick fights.
Yeah. Look at us being all adulty and shit.
I just don't care to pick a fight anymore.
It takes too much energy. The child exhausts me.
I don't even pick a fight with a kid intentionally anymore. It's not worth it. You're always telling me, stop it. You're trying to pick a fight with her.
Choose your battles.
Choose your battles.
Choose your battles.
But then you turn around and say the same thing to her.
I say it differently. Her and I have better communication than you and her do. And that just reflects on the fact that I've been stay at home with her for so long.
Yeah.
We've learned to...
When I was stay at home type dad with her in the mornings when I come home,
Yep.
she was an infant.
Yeah.
So our communication skills haven't quite gotten to that point yet.
No, but she still goes to you, I would say, for more of the cuddling. And I wonder if that's inherent because you did a lot of the cuddling when she was a baby.
Probably.
All right.
But, you know.
Libidos. Libidos, expand on what intimacy and sex looks like and talk about it. I think that's really the gist of it. That's the important part. And it's all made up. You can't go to the doctor and say, can we measure my libido? It's not a thing.
Well, how tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
There you go.
That's my libido.
How else are you going to measure it?
Yeah. I mean, the only time that a low libido, quote unquote, a low libido is actually an issue is if it's affecting your relationship. If you're both happy to not have sex, then don't have sex. There's nothing that says you have to have a high libido.
Nope.
As long as it's not affecting your relationship.
Nope.
Have at or don't. All right. You want to go have at it?
No, you have game.
Oh, I have. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go do some Pathfinder. But before I do, you have to give us a naughty limerick. Did you forget to look one up?
No, I have one.
You have one prepared.
I was just hoping you'd forget.
No, not happening. Let's hear it.
There once was a man from Sprocket who went for a ride in a rocket. The rocket would bang, his balls went clang, and he found his dick in his pocket.
I like that one.
You would.
I would, because we're talking about dismembering dangly bits. But also it didn't make me go, ew, at the end of it. So there's that.
Yeah, there's that.
Nice job. Nice job tonight, honey.
I can't promise you what next week's is going to look like.
I fully expect that this was a mercy, and next week it's going to be total cringe.
No, I just go in order. I don't read ahead. I just check them out as we're sitting down.
Oh, jeez.
So I know whether or not I should read that one or maybe the next one. I skipped 3.
Oh, gosh. I'm kind of curious what they were, but I'm going to trust your judgment.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next week. And in the meantime, stay you, stay beautiful, feel good, be naughty. Thanks again for listening to this podcast. I started Boink in 2022 with the goal to create a safe environment and culture for all genders and sexual orientations, to learn about and embrace every part of themselves and one another. We offer workshops, events, and various inclusive products, along with consultations, to make sure we take a holistic approach to enhancing individuals' sexual satisfaction with themselves or their partners. I believe that when you accept yourself and your partner on the most intimate of levels, it filters out into your daily life. The World Health Organization recognizes this, saying sexual health is fundamental to the overall health and well-being of individuals, couples, and families, and to the social and economic development of communities and countries. So as long as you'll have us, Boink will be here. Kink-affirming, gender-blurring, sex-fulfilling. And you can find any of our details at www.boink-ed.com.